I found a metal bowl-shaped object with a hollow handle or spout at my grandmother's house. Unfortunately, no one in my family has been able to gather more information about it. Anyone know what this is? It's part of a milk separator. Specifically, this is the top layer. It will have a second layer with another spout that send the cream to one pail and the milk to another. Also, I haven't consulted my pops yet, but this should be from an older hand crank model. They had a bell that as you spun it, the bell would indicate if you were running fast enough to ensure optimal separation. I found it buried in the ground using a metal detector near some train tracks. It is approximately the size of a large hand, yet still quite heavy. I suspect it may be iron, although I am not certain. Any idea what it could be? It's an old stove door. The item was found in an old hunting lodge that operated from approximately 1850 to 1970 and has been closed since then. The external pouch is made of leather, with one opening resembling wood or bone, while the other is metallic and features a removable cap. These two openings appear to be linked by a duct. The total weight is approximately 100 grams. Any idea what it could be? It is the bottom part of an old tobacco pipe. Looks like a Bavarian hunter style. The metal covers a windscreen, and that's where the tobacco goes. It is missing the stem, mouthpiece, which would have been quite long and probably ornate. I found an office equipment item that resembles a double-sided vise, featuring 3 different sized holes on one side and a single fixed size on the other. It is made of metal and is relatively lightweight. Any ideas what this thing is? It's a grip head from a C-stand. The different grooves are for different flags, nets, reflectors, lights, etc. They use them in motion picture production, generally found on film and TV sets. I bought this item at a thrift store. It is a very old leather cylindrical container with a section middle, a handle on the side, and a strap that likely goes over the top. The bottom and a side buckle, fastener are missing. It appears to have been repaired at some point, as the handle seems newer than the rest of the container. I suspect it may have functioned as an arrow quiver, although I am not an archer. Others have speculated that it could have held some type of weapon, but the strap's design suggests it was not intended as a holster. The absence of the bottom leaves me uncertain about its original appearance. Additionally, it features an intriguing leaf-like pattern. Anyone know what this is? It's Clarinet Case. The clarinet is a single-reed musical instrument in the woodwind family, with a nearly cylindrical bore and a flared bell. German instrument maker Johann Christoph Denner is generally credited with inventing the clarinet sometime around 1700 by adding a register key to the chalumeau, an earlier single-reed instrument. Over time, additional keywork and airtight pads were added to improve the tone and playability. Today, the clarinet is a standard fixture of the orchestra and concert band and is used in classical music, military bands, klezmer, jazz, and other styles. This object is a circular metal ring approximately 5 inches in diameter, featuring 8 spokes that connect to a mid-sized ring and converge at a smaller central ring. The base of the metal ring is attached to a flat bracket, secured by a single pin. The bracket includes 4 corner holes with 2 opposing holes fitted with small screws. Anyone know what this is? This is an anti-aircraft gun sight used during World War II. While riding an all-terrain vehicle on an old logging road that has not been utilized in many years, I found an object just off the edge of the road. It is remarkably heavy, and I am unable to move it. The upper section appears to be hollow and may have served as a fluid reservoir or something similar. Unfortunately, I could not locate any identifying markings on the visible sides, and my attempt to use Google Lens for identification was unsuccessful. Anyone know what this is? This is a section of a cast iron sectional boiler. My metals professor in college does not know what this thing is, and we are as well, despite him having several of varying sizes. The box contains no information beyond what is depicted in the photo. The object appears to be made of a ceramic material and features an inverted dome at its center. It resembles a ceramic disc or plate and seems to have relevance in metal forming or an art metal studio. We suspect that Superior may be the manufacturer, but our online searches have yielded no results. The age of the item is uncertain, and it weighs approximately 1 pound and 2 pounds respectively for the sizes. It's around 2.5 inches on both sides. Any ideas what this thing is? It is a slate dish for grinding flux. Back in the day, you put a little water in it and rubbed a borax cone in it to make up the day's flux. The item is a highly flexible black loop that resembles a braided rope, possibly encasing wire, and is covered in cloth except for the exposed tag. It is lightweight and has a somewhat velvety texture. When translated using my phone, the text reads Royalty, Headband, and Mackie. This item was discovered in a donation at a thrift store in Ohio and has an unusual, somewhat uncomfortable texture when handled. It is not wide enough to comfortably fit around a head when doubled over as shown in the picture, but it fits awkwardly when stretched out. What is this thing? This is an Agle headband to secure a keffiyeh headscarf. An agle is an Arab men's clothing accessory. It is a black cord, worn doubled, used to keep a gutra, or keffiyeh, in place on the wearer's head. It is traditionally made of goat hair. Modern agles typically use cord manufactured for this purpose. Rulers of Bahrain in particular are known for wearing elaborate agle designs, but plain rope is still occasionally utilized. I found this unusual table at a friend's family home. The original owner passed away without revealing its intended use. After researching online, someone suggested it might be a Georgian tea table, but it differs significantly from that style. I have no idea about its age. Any idea what this is made for? It is a book, periodical, newspaper rack that would normally be seen in a common space setting like a hotel lobby or library-type area. The slats are for newspapers, where they are hung, obviously vertically, over the slats at the fold. The shelves are for magazines. I found an item in a barn at a job site. It features a large cutting blade attached to the flywheel. The ratchet mechanism allows the wheel components to advance approximately 2 centimeters with each revolution of the flywheel. I am uncertain about its intended cutting. Any ideas what this thing is? This is a M.M. Dougal's chaff cutter. It used to cut straw or hay.